Hi, welcome to Mindfulness Tips and Practices for December. For the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be hosting these every single day to give you some tips on mindfulness and then provide the opportunity for you to have some practice. This is something that I learned probably 8 or 9 years ago when I had been out of the classroom for 7 years, and then I came back into the classroom and I found mindfulness. And it was a game changer. It really helped me to stay in a more positive space, to feel more rejuvenated and ready to support my students. And it also helped me with regulation, self-awareness. It's been known to reduce blood pressure. It helps with anxiety. It helps to sleep better. There's just so many benefits. So after being such a huge fan of mindfulness and trying it myself, I had decided that every December break, I would offer it to my colleagues as a way to kind of motivate each other and have like a little check-in. So I'm doing that for you this season, because I know that the holidays can be a stressful season for many of us, and just teaching right now is off the charts stressful. So I thought this is a gift I can bring to you. So each day I'm going to send out a recording and you might be watching it through your email. You might be watching it through a Facebook thread or a LinkedIn thread. And the deal is I'm going to just give you a tip for the day and give you some time to practice. And after the recording has stopped, you can practice on your own for whatever length of time you need. And then if you are up for it, you can reply in the chat that you completed it or anything you noticed, any observations you made during that time. We can kind of share those ideas. And you can do that in an email thread if you're getting it through email. You can do it in the LinkedIn thread, in the Facebook thread, or right here on YouTube. Okay. So we'll start with the very beginning. One of the challenges with mindfulness practice, because mindfulness is best when it's done consecutively over chunks of time. 30 days is typically the ideal for starting, because it's really helping you rewire those neurons in your brain and bring you down to that more grounded level. So 30 days is great. But the complication with that is most people have a really hard time committing. And they often think that they have to commit to, 30 minutes of mindfulness practice. Well, the reality of it is it could be as short as 1 minute. So you can get rid of that stipulation. And another thing is making a routine of it. So some people like to do it first thing in the morning when they wake up, and that puts them in a routine. Or maybe after lunchtime, before you move on to the next thing, that would be a good time to do it, so on and so forth. I like to have my routine be earlier in the day so that if I have missed it, I can make up for it later in the day. And I always remind myself it just takes 1 minute. So what I don't like to do, however, is have a particular spot that I have to be in, because that limits me. So I used to, like to do a mindfulness practice, when I was laying down in my bed. Well, it doesn't always work that I do it when I'm laying down in my bed. Sometimes I have to do a mindfulness practice when I'm sitting in my car waiting for, the kids to get out of soccer or something like that. So because I'm a busy mom with, lots of jobs. So making sure that you create a situation where it's not too rigid for yourself and there's a lot of flexibility so that you don't have the excuse to get out of it. So that's my first tip, is basically building that routine and trying not to find all those excuses, right? 1 minute is all you need. Make sure you have it built into your schedule where you can also make up for it later in the day, and don't restrict yourself to just one location. Even if you have a favorite, you can go there as often as you want, but you don't have to be in that favorite spot. All right, so now for mindfulness. We're going to just sit or lay or prop up against a wall, however you want. You will hear people say that you have to sit in lotus pose or you have to have a very straight back. That's not necessary. That can be good if that's how you want to hold your body, but it's not a have to. So, and again, we want to make sure that we're flexible so that we continue this practice and not, put all these restrictions on ourselves. So just find a place that you can just relax your body without falling asleep, because you want to stay aware. And so hands often with palms up, fingertips together. Here is a comfortable position, but it's not a have to. So I'm sitting in a chair. I'm going to put my hands on the armrests, and I'm sitting upright. I'm just going to lean back into the chair. I'm going to let my shoulders drop and taking a deep inhale. Let it out. And knowing what feels good for you on that inhalation. Deep inhale for as long as you need it, and exhale through the mouth. Now, as I continue that mindfulness meditation, I'm going to close my eyes and keep breathing. Those breaths that feel like they're just flowing at a slower pace, but not so much that I'm like inhaling and I got to hold it. Like I don't want it to be forced, right? So these deep, slower breaths, not so forced. And I'm going to try to focus on those breaths. So in my mind, when I'm newer at this, or I've taken a break and I'm trying to come back to it, I give myself something to follow. So I think of inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. What is that sound going on over there? And my brain will start going into other things, right? So if I just focus on those two words, that helps a whole lot. It helps me stay focused. Sometimes I will focus on a count, and I'll count in for 1, out for 1. And I'll set a goal for myself to get to the number 10. And if I get to 10, then I count back down to 1, and then I'm done. So that's a way to do it quickly. Another thing that helps is sometimes having the two words be, breathe in the positive, exhale the negative. So finding something that you can anchor to is excellent. And I'll have some more tips for you tomorrow, but I hope you get a chance to try your mindfulness practice today with mindful breathing, and even if it's just 1 minute. All right, see you guys tomorrow.